Carl Andrews sighed from the corner of the crowded room, watching the annual neighborhood Christmas party unfold around him. At 17, he hated being dragged to this party every year. It was full of parents from the neighborhood and their annoying kids. He stared down at his white dress shirt, tucked neatly into brown dress pants, and listened to the soft tap of his brown shoes on the floor. His hazel eyes traced the night as it sped by, his hand running through his short, spiked brown hair as he tried to collect his thoughts. Mistletoe! A small girl giggled as she held up the tiny branch over a boy, who smiled widely as they leaned in to kiss. Carl groaned at the sight. Mistletoe was the worst part of the party. Every year, he would end up with the girl no one else wanted to kiss, holding the branch over his head, making him kiss her. He wished girls would stop doing that. If he could have that wish, maybe he could actually enjoy Christmas this year. With that wish in mind, Carl slipped outside into the snowy backyard. The cold air brushed through his hair, and snowflakes fell softly on his shoulders. A small smirk crossed his face as he enjoyed the peaceful night. But the silence didn't last long. A soft, distant voice echoed through the air, growing louder by the second. Carl spun around, squinting into the dark, hoping to find the source, but saw nothing. His eyes darted around, searching the treetops. Oh, Christmas tree! Oh, Christmas tree! Nobody is as beautiful as me. The soft hum turned into words, and Carl began to walk backwards, unsure of what was happening. Before he could take another step, a slender hand grasped his shoulder, making him spin around in shock, stumbling into the snow. Oops! A petite girl, no taller than 5 feet, giggled, standing up. Her long, pink hair flowed down her back, and her bright pink eyes sparkled. She wore a short red mini dress with white fluffy trim, hugging her figure and showing off her curves. Her red boots clung to her legs, and green rings shimmered on her fingers. A small Christmas hat sat atop her hair, with a fluffy white ball hanging beside her face, adding to her charm. Who are you? Carl stammered, his jaw dropping in surprise. I'm Dundada. The spirit of Christmas wishes. The girl spun around playfully, striking a pose and flashing a peace sign. You're the spirit of Christmas? Carl blinked, still in disbelief. Was he dreaming, or had he slipped on ice and froze to death outside? No! I'm the spirit of Christmas wishes. She snapped, pouting. Not the spirit of Christmas. That one's my older sister, and she's such a drama queen. Carl blinked again, confused. She thinks just because she's older, she gets to boss me around. I've never been to one of her Christmas parties, the spirit sighed, sitting down in the snow and wrapping her arms around her knees. She gazed up at the sky, rocking gently, her hair swirling in the wind. Mom just stared when I asked her to step in. My sister keeps going on about earning respect, but it's just, ugh, she muttered. Carl wasn't sure how to respond, so he changed the subject. So, do you grant wishes or something? The spirit stood up, a blush spreading across her cheeks. Oh, right. Ahem, yes, I will grant your Christmas wish. She snapped her fingers, and a small wand appeared in her hand, sparkling like a candy cane. Carl's eyes lit up. Cool. I wish for $1 million, no, make it 1 billion. He rubbed his hands together greedily. The spirit sighed, waving her wand. Sorry, you already made the wish. I'm just here to grant it. What do I look like, a genie? Carl blinked, confused. Wait, what wish? It was the wish, to never again be forced or asked by a girl to kiss under the mistletoe. The spirit smiled, backing up from Carl and pointing her wand at him. Wait, what are you going to do? Carl asked, almost stuttering as the spirit smiled sweetly. Nothing. Just making sure girls stop bothering you. Now, how does this spell go? Oh, right. She giggled, lifting her wand and beginning to chant. Mistletoe, mistletoe, let love flow, and all the girls, please let him go. Grant him peace, a hidden kiss, let no one bug him with this. The spirit giggled, waving the wand over Carl, and a shower of sparkles cascaded over him. Carl blinked, feeling an odd sensation as his body began to change. First, his clothes began to shift. His shirt shrank, clinging tighter to his body as the fabric fused with his pants, becoming more restrictive. He gasped for air as the shirt darkened to black, its edges tightening. The pants began to climb higher on his legs. The sleeves of his shirt retracted, moving past his arms and into straps that rested on his shoulders. The fabric softened again, and the pants transformed into a frilly black dress. The dress's top faded, adorned with small rose prints, shaping into a mini dress that hugged his body just above the thighs. His shoes reshaped around his feet, transforming into heels that grew taller, feminizing in appearance with matching rose prints. The tie around his neck turned black and melted into a small, delicate choker. A snowflake ring appeared on his right index finger. Ah, cute. This turned out better than I expected. The spirit giggled, lifting her wand again. No, please don't do this. Carl shouted, panic in his voice, nearly falling from the delicate balance in the heels. But the spirit ignored him. A hidden kiss from a handsome man, who will fill your heart with joy and help you embrace Christmas again, just like me. The spirit laughed, sprinkling more sparkles over him, causing Carl to feel a growing sense of horror. He felt the world stretch taller around him as his height shrank inch by inch, and he stood at a mere 5 feet 1 inch, if not for the heels. His waist felt tight, as if invisible hands were pulling him inward. He groaned as his body began to shift, his waist narrowing, becoming an hourglass shape. His weight melted away, leaving him at a mere 115 pounds. His hips expanded outward, forming into a shape that was undeniably feminine, with curves that seemed to demand attention. His legs, once muscular and toned, softened into smoother, more feminine curves. His thighs swelled, and his hips arched involuntarily, giving his body an undeniable sway. Carl's eyes widened in horror as he watched his body change. His rear tightened and grew fuller, giving it an almost seductive sway as it firmed into a softer, more feminine shape. His feet shrank, delicate and smaller. His hands thinned out, the fingers becoming longer and more graceful, before turning dainty and slender. His broad shoulders shrank, his arms taking on soft curves with flawless skin. Looking good, very good. Now, to finish. Grant this girl a Merry Christmas. The spirit smiled, sprinkling the final sparkles over Carl, sealing the transformation. Carl moaned softly as his eyes became more oval, his lashes growing fuller and longer, giving his eyes a sparkling, mesmerizing effect. His cheekbones rose, pushing upward in a graceful arch as his jawline softened, and his skull reshaped into a more delicate oval form. His nose shrank, becoming smaller and more refined, eventually forming into a small, pert button nose. Her bushy brows gradually thinned, losing their fullness as they transformed into a perfectly arched, feminine shape. Her lips grew plumper by the second, forming a soft, inviting pout. Her hair darkened into a rich, silky brunette shade and cascaded past her shoulders in soft, shimmering waves, gently blowing in the wind, framing her delicate features. The dress stretched as her body subtly shifted. She felt a tenderness, her chest developing a fuller shape as her body changed. Her curves gently pushed outwards, giving her a soft, feminine silhouette. Her breasts began to swell under the dress, forming a firm, ample shape, comfortably filling the space. As she continued to change, a slight discomfort overtook her as her body adjusted. She clenched her teeth, feeling the sensation as her body transformed, becoming more delicate and feminine. The world around her seemed to blur for a moment before the spirit hummed softly, lost in the moment, as a bright light flashed in front of her. "Emma! Get inside this instant," her mother's voice echoed behind her. Emma turned, her hair flowing elegantly with the breeze. "Mom," she called softly as snowflakes settled gently on her dress. "Yes, sweetheart. Get inside, you'll catch a cold out here, wearing nothing as it is." Her mother smiled and waved for her to come inside, not understanding why she was outside in the first place, especially since she usually loved the Christmas party. Emma giggled softly, running toward the house, puzzled about why she had been outside. Inside, she gave her mother a warm hug, wishing her a Merry Christmas. Her mother smiled and returned the gesture. Mistletoe! A voice called from behind her. She turned to see a young man holding the mistletoe above her. He leaned in, kissing her softly on the lips. She closed her eyes, pulling him closer, nibbling his lower lip before gently breaking the kiss, a light pink blush blooming on her face. Wow! The boy smiled, offering her his hand. Want to dance? He asked nervously. Emma smiled, taking his hand in hers, giving it a gentle squeeze. I'd love to. I'm Emma, she said softly, remembering what she loved about Christmas. As Emma enjoyed her night filled with love and togetherness, a young woman with pink hair stood outside, watching from the window, pleased that her work was done. Hey! Am I the only one who sees that cute pink-haired girl outside? Zachary slurred, clutching a glass of eggnog in his hand. Ugh. Yes, Zachary, now hush, his girlfriend replied, narrowing her eyes at him, knowing he had a little too much to drink. If you appreciated this story and wish to show your support, don't forget to join me on Patreon for exclusive content.